Hello, Verblingites. My name is Holly, and I will be the trainer this hour for English. The topic we are going to do today is artificial intelligence. We're going to talk about technology and robots, and I'm very excited to have you all here. And we will work today on pronunciation. We will work on speaking. We will work on vocabulary and also reading comprehension. So I'm really excited to work with you all and see uh, see what you need to learn. So a little bit about me. My name is Holly, and I come from Idaho in the United States. Idaho is a very small state. We have 3 million people here. I have about 850 people only in the town that I live in, which is very, very small compared to where many of you live. Um, see, I have been teaching English since 1994. And I'm finishing up a cold. 1994, I started teaching online in 2006. I have watched a lot of things happen in the last 8 years with online education. And now I'm now I'm working here at Verbling. I've been here for about 3 weeks now, and it's been a wonderful experience. So hi, Abimelech. How are you today?
I'm very fine. How are you?
Very, very good. Hey, Igor, you missed a lesson yesterday that I really wanted you to be at. So, um, Abimelech, what time is it there?
It's 8:30 a.m.
8:30 a.m. So you're up early.
Yes.
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. This is the Igor is a person you did. You did. There was a lesson about the coldest city in Russia, coldest city in the world.
I see.
And
Which one was the coldest?
oh, I have to look at it. Do you remember Abimelech? Do you remember the name of the town?
Maybe Yakutsk?
Yeah, I think that's what it sounds like. It was. I thought about it actually sending you the materials so you could read it and see what you think about it.
I think if it's in English, that it would sound like Yakutsk. But,
Yakutsk. Yeah, that's it. That was it.
but in Russian, it's Yakutsk.
Yeah, Yakuts or something like that. Yeah, yeah, and it's a journey to the coldest city on Earth. How far is that from where you are? Is it like hours and hours, or?
I think it's about 1,000 kilometers.
Okay, so it is a long ways from you. I
Yes,
wondered about that.
it's
So,
it's very northern city. My city is really southern.
southern part, yeah. So you have more mild winters than they do.
Well,
Right.
yes, from what I hear, sometimes they have minus 50 degrees, and that's insane.
That's what the article said. Yeah. Minus 55 is when close things up and stuff like that. But we all wondered about you if if you can confirm what we were reading and stuff. So,
Well, it looks like I've confirmed.
what?
It looks like I've confirmed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did. You pretty much did. The thing that surprised me was they said you don't wear eyeglasses outside because it could stick to your face. So,
Well, yeah. Especially if it's made of, iron,
metal, yeah. I
metal.
think if they were plastic, it'd be okay. So I'm sure a lot of people wear contacts or plastic glasses. So yeah, and Abimelech it's 8:30 there. And what time is it where you are, Igor?
It's 10 a.m.
10 a.m. Okay, and so Asia
Uh,
is just starting to wake up
and
then.
what time is this where you are?
Oh, it's 9 in the evening.
Uh, so it's not late.
Yeah, I'm kind of starting my shift for verbling though. So I'm teaching a couple hours and a break and a couple hours and a break. So I think I'll finish about 5 this morning. So, yeah.
I'm going to take naps between the classes in your
Um,
breaks.
I don't know if I will or not. The fear is I wouldn't wake up, so probably not. So anyway,
Uh,
all right.
a lot of coffee is what you need.
Yeah, I have my Pepsi. I'll probably go get more. I'll probably get some rock cider or something. So I don't know what I was thinking when I scheduled it. I did the same thing last week too. So I think next week I won't, hopefully. So,
Keep it up and you become nocturnal
I'll
in this
become like who?
nocturnal in this rate.
Chanel?
So nocturnal, yeah. I will
I don't.
type it.
I don't know that. Nocturnal. I am nocturnal. So I am totally nocturnal. So anyway, all right, Helton, welcome. Helton, where are you from? Helton. Okay, maybe you're
Hey,
working.
hey,
Hi, welcome. Where are you from?
we can hear me.
Hey,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay,
Um,
I'm from Brazil.
from Brazil. All right. So it's about midnight there, right?
Yes, midnight.
Awesome. Okay. And then Abil Malek is in India, and he's it's 8:30 in the morning, and Igor is in a part of Russia where it's 10 a.m. on Sunday morning. So awesome. All right. Well welcome. Um, let's go ahead and get started on the lesson. Today we're going to do a reading on artificial intelligence. And so I have a question for you guys. Abel Malek, we'll start with you. How advanced do you think technology will be in 2030? So give examples of how you think mobile phones, computers, the internet, etc. will be used in the future. So 15 years from now, what do you think?
Okay, I remember the days when I was a child,
Uh-huh.
and in our country, then I remember only business people used mobile phones and laptop and
Uh-huh.
technology stuff, and now I can see every people
Mm-hmm.
uses that kind of stuff, and I think in 2030, actually I can't imagine what will happen,
Uh-huh.
but I think technology will be more advanced
Uh-huh.
uh,
Okay.
uh, up to that time. I can't imagine.
Maybe can't imagine how. Okay. Yeah. So remember, instead of you can say every people uses technology, but it's actually better to say everybody uses technology now
Okay.
instead of every people. So very good. Um, Igor, what would you say? Can you think of any examples?
Artificial intelligence. So it's
Um,
like a smart computer.
a smart computer.
I don't know, like, I think there are no artificial intelligence right now. There are just attempts to create a
Uh-huh.
self-aware machine or something like that.
Hmm.
Like, there is Google thing, uh, they manage their servers uh, uh, to act like a brain, like a human brain.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
I don't remember the name of the project,
Uh-huh.
but there is surely one
Okay.
that exists. It's like neuron net or something like that.
Okay. Do you think So they're trying to emulate the human brain
Yeah,
in
they,
a
they
computer?
want to emulate human brain.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Hilton, what do you think? What do you think life will be like in
Um,
2030?
I think the human brain is correct because the test Turing computer passed in test Turing this year, and then everyone and or everybody use technology integrates with phone and computer is will more smart,
We'll be smarter.
very smart.
Okay, so we'll be smarter than we are now, and so will like our computers and our phones and our brains sync. You
Yeah,
think
I think
they will sync up?
computer and computer substitute uh, most professional uh, most profession
Hmm. Most professions.
most professional there is now.
Okay, so there'll be some professions that they don't even have right now. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, um, and David, what would you say? How advanced do you think technology will be in 2030? So that's what, 16 years from now? And
Yeah,
can you give a few examples of how you think this will be?
okay, well, maybe in 2030, well, obviously the technology is going to advance much, very much.
Uh-huh.
We are going to be, I think, more dependent from the technology.
Uh-huh.
Uh, Maybe we are going to use more gadgets, like, I don't know, well, for example, chips, or maybe a lot of cell phones
Uh-huh.
that are like a mini laptop.
Mm-hmm.
We can do everything in that, and the internet maybe is going to be in our, I don't know, in more gadgets that we can have uh, without using a computer,
Without, excuse me?
without using a normal computer.
Without using a normal computer. Okay. Well, have you guys heard about the people that say that we'll have technology under our skin, like on our arms and stuff?
Well, like cyborgs.
Yeah, well, like our bank cards and all our money information will just be in a chip that we put under our skin.
Oh yeah.
Sounds ominous.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd want to do that. I'd rather. I think if that happens, Holly will stop teaching on the internet, and I will live off the grid. Oh,
It's like
so
if you want right now, if you want to steal someone's money, you just steal the money. But if everybody has a chip of money under their skin, then you need to steal the person too.
exactly, exactly. Make them go to the bank with you or whatever. So yeah, so I think I'll be living off the grid and off the
Uh,
land and.
I don't think we'll be in 2030, but one day, maybe.
Maybe it'll be like that, but not in 16 years. So hopefully it's after I'm dead. So um, all right, well, let's look at some vocabulary words uh, having to do with technology, and then after that we're going to predict some answers we think will happen, and then we'll read an article together. So vocabulary we have. I'm going to read these first of all for pronunciation: advanced, molecule, artificial intelligence, replicates, chip, retrieves, miniaturization, and speech recognition. Okay, so Igor, could you read the first
If,
sentence?
okay, if technology is advanced, it is highly developed.
Perfect. So if technology is advanced, it's highly developed. Number two. Yes.
Also there is cutting edge technology, I believe.
There's what?
Cutting edge technology.
Cotton edge? What's it? Could you type that in?
Cutting edge technology, like. I will type it. Something is not right with my pronunciation today.
I don't think it's your pronunciation. It's something I haven't heard before. Cotton, because I'm hearing cotton edged.
Cutting edge. Cutting. Short like cut. ING from cut. Cut my hair.
Cutting edge. Oh, cutting edge. Okay. Cutting edge technology. Okay. Oh, okay. That I understand. Okay. No, it was your pronunciation, Igor. I'm sorry. I was hearing cotton, and I didn't understand. I did not understand cotton.
That's my problem with the short sounds.
Yeah, cutting. Probably one thing with this one, the T you can do with a D. Cutting edge. Cutting edge. Cutting. Okay. Anyway, let's go to number 2. Helton, could you read number 2?
If a machine or virus replicates, it's making an exact copy of itself.
Yes. Replicates. Okay. Number 3, David.
Okay, and the process of making things very small using modern technology is called miniaturization.
Yes, miniaturization. Yep. Okay, and Abimelech, number 4.
Okay. A chip is a very small electrical component or circuit made of semiconducting materials such as silicon.
Okay, perfect. And you had a very good British accent, just to let you know. This word, just FYI for your information, Americans might actually say semi-conducting, but you did a very good pronunciation for British English. So, number 5, Igor.
A molecule is the smallest unit of a chemical substance composed of 2 or more atoms.
Okay, a molecule.
Molecule.
Yeah. Okay, number 6, Helton, can you read that?
Me again?
Yep, you again.
The ability of machine to perform actions that require the human intelligence is called artificial intelligence.
Perfect. Okay, and David, could you read the next one?
Yeah, sure. And the ability of a machine to identify spoken words and phrases is called speech recognition.
Speech recognition, yes. Okay, and number 8, Abimelech.
Okay. If a computer retrieves information, it finds the data in its memory and makes it available.
Okay, so if computer retrieves information. Question for you. About the virus replicates. If a machine or virus replicates, it makes an exact copy of itself. What do you think personally is the best virus protection program right now on the market?
I think Norton.
Norton? Okay. What about you, David? What do you think?
Okay. So right now I am using Avast Secure Protection, and I download the protection about firewall and like about the emails that you want, how you know, spam. Yeah, I like it so much. It's very good.
What is it called again?
Avast Secure.
Avast. Okay. That's the one my brother-in-law likes. Yeah. Helton, what do you think?
Uh, and I think the program, the software Kaspersky. I don't know what the speak in your country, but
Uh-huh.
the software get catch phishing in website,
Mm-hmm.
new websites, and it's unbelievable. It's
Okay.
unbelievable.
Yeah, Kaspersky. I used that for several years. It's actually out of Canada, if I remember right. So, yeah. Igor, what do you think is the best virus software out there?
I think the best protection from viruses is your brain. I
Really?
don't. I don't think any.
Linux.
It's like there are several sites where
Uh-huh.
if you go there, you're bound to get some viruses. Just don't
Uh-huh.
go there.
So just
And
don't go there.
just, I think the only thing you need is your brain and some basic antivirus protection, like
Uh-huh.
Microsoft Security Essentials, for
Okay.
example.
Yeah, so you don't think that any one is better than the other. They're all pretty much the
Yeah,
same.
they all rely on their databases, and
Uh-huh.
if a virus is new or fresh or something like that, then
Uh-huh.
I think all the antiviruses they're going to let a virus in if it's a new virus. So
Okay.
that's the real problem about them.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, like everyone who catches viruses, I give them this piece of advice. Just don't go on some really bad sites, and you'll be
Uh-huh.
fine.
Uh-huh.
If you keep going to those sites, no antivirus is going to protect you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. And Ruben, welcome from Mexico, right?
Yes, that's right. I'm
Awesome.
from Mexico.
I remembered. Yay. So what in your opinion is the best virus software out there?
Uh, um, I don't have any antivirus. Is that
Uh-huh.
how they pronounce it?
Yep. And, yeah, well, there's two ways to say it. American English, we say antivirus, and then antivirus.
Okay, antivirus. I I used to use. I used to use
Uh-huh.
an antivirus, but now I don't do it because I think that it's unnecessary. It just uses a lot of resources
Okay.
from the computer.
Uh-huh.
So I do believe that it's just necessary to be careful with all the websites that you visit and the software
Mm.
that you install in your computer.
Mm-hmm.
Being careful with your USB devices, where you plug them in, and all of those stuffs. Um, I've never had any problems with viruses in my computer in my entire
Okay.
life.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So
with Ruben
yeah, you
here.
and Igor and Ruben are the same. Yeah. And I personally I got hacked into one time. Of course, I was being stupid. So um, but yeah. Okay. Let's go on to this next section. What we're going to do is we're going to read an article. And so what I'd like to do, an article about artificial intelligence. So what I'd like to do is let's read these sentences and let's see if we can predict the answers. Let's guess what the answers are based on our knowledge now about artificial intelligence and robots and technology and so forth. So Abimelech, can you read number 1 out loud?
Okay. Computing power could reach the level of human intelligence before 2030.
Okay. And who believes that that is true, and who believes that it is false?
I think it's false, but it all depends on the definition. Like, you can
Uh-huh.
have a lot of power, but all that matters is how you use this power.
Okay.
So,
And
for example, computers, they're much better at computing than
uh-huh.
humans, but
Okay.
they can't analyze data properly, and
Okay.
they can't make independent decisions. And I don't think it'll be any different by the 2030.
2030. Okay. And anybody else have an opinion?
I also believed it as false.
Uh-huh. Okay. And why do you say that, Abimelech?
Because I think, in my opinion, computer never can match the human brain.
Okay, so computers can never match the human brain.
Mhm.
Okay, excellent. Okay, and Helton, did you have a comment?
I think Skynet is very, very close.
You think? Excuse me. Say that again.
Skynet,
Skynet.
yeah.
Skynet matches. Is that what you were talking about earlier?
Oh, sorry. Sorry, it's a joke. I think,
Oh.
yeah, Skynet. It's a joke
Okay.
with the movie.
I've never seen
But
it. I'm sorry.
oh, yeah,
So it's
Terminator.
it's a movie? Is it from
Yeah,
Terminator?
Terminator. Yeah, Skynet.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
I remember that in this movie, the Skynet turned into and turned it results to be a couple of computers, all computers.
Uh-huh.
Isn't it that right?
Well, I don't know. I can't. I saw the
You're talking
movie.
about Terminator, or
Yeah, Terminator. I saw Terminator 2 like 20 years ago. I don't remember.
Oh,
Uh, uh, does anybody else know?
you can watch again.
I guess I need to, but that's a boy movie. So, okay. Anybody else have an opinion? David, what do you think about number one? False or true?
Okay, Jorge, thank you for asking. So, well, I think the artificial intelligence is going to be a little bit closer. You know, the good thing about the human intelligence is that, like humans, we can innovate, or we can take self decisions
Uh-huh.
that may be quickly decision. For example, you have a criteria, a different criteria. You have, for example, ethical
Etiquette.
thinkings that a computer is not going to reach in any moment,
Uh-huh.
because because you have some feelings that you, well, the computers makes more like a logical decision.
Uh-huh.
Well, the difference is that we can take a decision
Yeah.
based on our feelings, on our heart.
What you made me think of is, do you guys know Star Trek: The Next Generation?
It's a movie.
Kind
Do you know that the TV show Star Trek?
Ah,
yeah.
yes.
hmm
You were just describing Data. You know, Data is the cybernetic man who is unable to ever really become a human because he cannot understand human emotion.
Well,
Yeah,
computers will never have emotions. Okay. Maybe they will have some kind of emulators of emotions, but
Yeah.
it
Okay.
won't be natural anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Ruben.
I do strongly disagree with their statement that computers can never match the human brain. In
Really?
in many cases, right now, several computers put together, they surpass the human brain processing power by a long shot. Uh,
Really?
yeah, it's like they can mine a lot of data. Human mind will just boggle of that
Okay.
because of that.
Yeah. And
It's
yeah. And
that,
I.
as I said, your processing power doesn't really matter. All that matters is how you use your processing power. Like
Ah.
humans can analyze things, they see basic connections, and computers basically just do what they're told.
Mhm. Okay. Thank you.
But like humans, they make independent decisions based on what they see, and
Okay.
computers cannot do that.
Okay. Ruben, what would you say about this? What everybody's saying.
I think that the computers will never reach the human level because if the time when a computer can think or can pretend to be like a human, that would be that the people that programs or they create this computer are even more intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
So, because something that a computer do or the computer does
It
is
is.
amazing, can process a lot of information. But behind this computer, there are hundreds of thousands of people that create the software, create the hardware, and to make possible to use to make the computers do all the things that they do. So
Uh-huh.
that means that the humanity has an intelligence level that the computers don't.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time that the computers can think like a human, that would did mean that the people in that time it is gonna be more intelligence to create this kind of computers, this kind of
Mm-hmm.
machines. So I think that the human intelligence is always gonna be head. And the other thing that the computer will never have is the common sense to know when something is correct or something is not correct. So
Mm-hmm.
that's my opinion about it.
Right. Thank you very much. Um, let's go to the next one. So, number one, we'll have to read the article and see what the article says. But there'll always be opinions. Number two, it says there will be less technical progress in the 21st century than in the 20th century. What do you guys think, David? Why don't you go first?
Okay, there will be less technical tools. No, I don't. I disagree.
Uh huh.
Oh, okay, about technical progress is about related to progress in technology, or because
Progress
as
in
technical is in technology, or
technology. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, right.
Yeah.
No, I disagree. Actually, I think the well in these 14 years of this millennium has been a lot of progress with computers, communications, smart cell phone, nowadays smartphones,
Mhm.
the internet. Well, I think the progress is going to be bigger.
Okay.
Therefore,
Uh, what do you think, Abimelech? Do you agree with David or do you agree with the statement?
Uh, I think the statement is false because human nature is it always wants to go and advance. So uh, uh, technical progress in 20th century.
Hmm.
I think in 21st century technical progress will go advance.
Will be even more advanced. Will be more advanced.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And Ruben, what do you think?
No, I don't think so. I think that it's always going to be technical process
Hmm.
because even though machines can do many other processes, it is always going to be necessary that a human intervention, a human activity.
Uh huh. Okay. Right. Thank
Even
you.
yes. Hmm.
And Igor, what do you think?
I don't think there will be less technical progress in the current century because what was in the 12th century. It was more like just industrial things. So it is
Hmm.
one thing to build a power plant or something like that, and it's
Hmm.
another thing to build a computer, to build a chip. it's I think it's a whole different level.
Okay.
So yes,
it's kind of like comparing apples and oranges.
yeah, and also I think that we will find alternative sources of power in the 21st century, and
Okay.
it's like it's one thing to just take what's in the earth, like oil, just burn it and get energy, and another thing like build a nuclear reactor and get energy from it,
Uh-huh. Okay.
or use the energy of the sun and use it effectively, for example. So yes,
Yeah.
I don't think this statement is really correct.
Okay. Now, do keep in mind that this is not the 12th century. This is the 20th century.
20, yeah.
I think that was a slip of the tongue, but I just wanted to say something just in case it wasn't.
Okay.
Helton, what do you think? Do you agree with these guys, or do you agree with the statement?
I think I don't know. I think many things has created in 20th century, but in 21 and we are perfecting that things.
Mm-hmm. We're perfecting what was already created.
Yeah, and creating uh, uh, less the left center.
Created less what?
The 20th century.
Okay, so you think they'll be created less? My thing is, all this technical progress, people are still dying of cancer. Can we create something that that fixes that? That's my question. So, but anyway.
Well, I think it's another field. It's medical progress. It's not
Yeah.
technical.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True. Okay. Well, I guess we're probably more advanced medically than we were 100 years ago. But I'd like to see it further along. So, okay. Number 3, Ruben, could you read that one?
Yes, in the near future, machines will be able to replicate among themselves. Replicate means like to.
Let's go up. Replicate, make an exact copy of itself.
Oh, I understand. Replicate among themselves. That would be really weird. Just that they will like find their own pieces and they or components and build themselves, but that would be really really strange. I don't think that. I don't believe that that is possible.
Okay.
So
All right.
absolutely no. In that
Abimelech.
time, I would suicide or something because I would lose my faith on
In
humanity.
Yeah, you're like, okay, let's just get rid of this. Yeah. Abimelech, what do you think? Do you agree with you, Ruben, or this is silly?
Yes, I also agree with Ruben because if machines will be able to replicate among themselves, then our planet will be filled with machines, not humans.
That's true. Yeah. And David, what is your opinion?
Sorry, what is? Could you explain me replicate among themselves?
Yes, replicate. Let's go up here. It's replicate. It's number 2 on the previous exercise. If a machine or virus replicates, it makes an exact copy of itself. So, so that's what they're saying, that machines will be able to replicate. So,
like for example, have a son.
it's it's kind of like what we do when we have children. We replicate.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
It's a funny idea.
Yeah, it's a funny idea. Like a machine built another machine.
Yeah. Well, no, a machine just decides, I'll make another machine. Yeah.
Or like have a clone.
Yeah, exactly. A machine clones itself is another way of saying this.
No, no, actually, I don't think so. Will be very, 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 very tough, very heavy.
Hmm.
Because, well, if that it happened, that is going, we are going to be crowded of machines,
Hmm.
and who knows, no?
Yeah, so we'll be overcome with machines.
Yeah,
So,
well,
yeah, instead of crowded of, we'll be overcome with. So, okay. Igor, what do you say?
Well, I think it really depends, as always. Like, if it's a software copy, why not?
Uh-huh.
If it's a hardware copy, well, I think it may be possible on the micro scale, like a nano robot, a
Uh-huh.
really small robot.
Okay.
That, for example, some kind of a small robot, a nano robot that is dispersed into your blood and that monitors your blood, for example. It
Uh-huh.
may be able to replicate itself.
Okay. So,
Or, as the other statement says, like biological molecules instead of silicon. In that case, if it's based on biological molecules, they already replicate themselves.
uh-huh. And well,
And
and
in this case,
also,
a hardware, it can replicate itself pretty easily. But
yeah.
I don't see any reason, for example, for a micro machine like a PC to replicate itself. What's the reason behind that? But if
Yeah.
it's some kind of a miniature thing like nano thing, then
Uh-huh.
it can be useful in this regard.
Okay. I hadn't thought of the nanotechnology of having it go into your, bloodstream and fix it and stuff like that. I was just thinking the laptop decided I needed a new laptop, so I push a button and it replicates itself.
Well,
Um,
it will be an economical disaster in this case.
yeah, exactly. All
Just
right.
buy one laptop and you have a lot of laptops to share among your family
Ex-
and friends.
exactly. Helton, what do you think?
And I think in the far future, maybe, but in near future, the machines will be able to help with each other.
Okay. All right.
Help
Health. Say that again.
uh, help. I don't know the word. This word.
I
Uh,
think you said health. Um, but I'm not sure what you meant by that. So
fix
fix themselves.
fix
Yeah, fix
fix
themselves.
each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So the machines should be able to fix themselves if they replicate themselves.
Don't know yourselves each other.
Uh-huh. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you. Let's go to number 4. Future chips will be based on biological molecules instead of silicon. Um, does everybody understand the difference between biological molecules and silicon? I barely do.
Well, silicon, it's not organic, but
Yeah.
biological
It's
molecule is organic.
yeah, so silicon is like plastic or something like that. It's a type of
Silicon is just a stone.
yeah. Okay. All right. So what do you guys think about this one? Helton, why don't you go first? Do you
Uh,
agree, disagree, understand it?
yeah, but this strange. I don't know. I I don't know.
Okay. That in my English classes, that is a perfect answer. So,
Uh,
David, what do you think?
well, I am not an expert about biological molecules, and
Uh-huh.
so
Yeah.
it's like Greek for me.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel the same way. It's like I know the words, but
yeah,
so
look,
Okay, so Igor, what do you think? I think you seem to know more about this than any of us.
Well, as I see, biological molecule like a microbe.
Uh-huh.
So the only reason that it can be done, I think, if for example you want to save energy,
Mm-hmm.
like you don't need you just don't need to give electricity to your microbe. So I think it's only like to save energy, but you know it's really difficult to make it done, to get it done. Something I don't see any reason to do that. Actually, I
Mm-hmm.
think future chips will be based on atoms, not on
Mm-hmm.
silicon, but on single atoms, and it will be like quantum computing.
So it'll yeah, see, and this what you just said really is above my head. It's biology and chemistry and all that
Well,
stuff.
for example, you live, yes?
What?
Yeah, yeah. Like biological molecules, like a living creature.
Uh-huh.
It lives, and it doesn't really need any source of power to get going. Yes?
Uh-huh.
For example, if you have a PC, you need to plug it in your electrical supply so that it
Okay.
works. It consumes electricity.
Okay.
But if it's a biological molecule, you don't really need to plug in it somewhere to give electricity to it. So I think the only reason to build a machine that works on biological molecules is electricity theorem.
Uh-huh.
But as I said, it's really difficult to control biological molecules, and they die eventually. So they need to replicate themselves in this case.
Okay. I see. Okay. All
As
right.
and also I mentioned that I think that future chips will be based on single atoms, not maybe an atom of silicon, but they be based on single atoms, and this will be quantum computing in
Yeah,
this
and
case.
you're still talking above my head, but that's okay. Let's go on to the second one, the next one. Um, Abimelech, can you give us an opinion about this one? Machines will only be able to store and retrieve information better than humans. They will never reach other levels of human intelligence. What do you think?
Uh, Maybe it's true because machines cannot do any work, cannot work on its own, and it does only what human tell
Tell.
them to do.
Uh-huh. Okay. Does
And
everybody? Oh, sorry. Continue.
okay, uh, so we can say that machines will only be able to store and retrieve information.
Okay. Yeah. So I kind of this is the one that I actually agree with. So. Um, we're actually running out of time, so I want to really quickly go through this last one. People will soon be living together with intelligent machines. Do you guys agree or disagree? David, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Uh, because yeah, I think well, smartphones or computers are going to be more self intelligence, or they are going to take more decisions by themselves.
Mhm.
So we are going to live with this advice that have the opportunity to take more independent decisions.
Mhm. Okay. All right. Thank you. Um, all right. Let's go to the. I'm sorry for. I'm kind of having to go faster because we haven't. We've just read the guesses, but we haven't actually read the article, and we're running out of time. So, um, computing has come a long way since the first time a computer beat world chess champion Garry Kasparov in 1996. So let's go ahead and read through this. Igor, could you read the first paragraph?
Computer power will match the intelligence of human beings within the next 20 years, according to a leading scientific futurologist.
So we'll match the intelligence, huh? Okay. Ruben, could you read number 2?
Yes, there will be 32 times more technical progress during the next half century than there was in the whole of the 20th century. As a result,
Artificial.
artificial intelligence could be as advanced as human intelligence by the through 2020s, said the American computer guru Ray Kurzweil.
So
Something
you
like that.
guys, were actually right. You basically said that we will have more technical progress in this century than in the last. But the second one, uh, artificial intelligence could be as advanced as human intelligence by the 2020s. I don't think we all agreed with that one. So, 2020s. A lot of times in English, we can say 2020. It's totally fine, but the lazy way to say it is 2020. And as you know, English speakers are fairly lazy. So
Okay.
2020. Okay, number 3. David, could you read that?
Yeah, sure. Machines will become smarter than humans and will soon be able to solve some of the most difficult problems of the 21st century, said Dr. Kurzweil, one of the most radical thinkers in the field of technological prediction. So we
Okay.
were wrong.
So we were wrong, but I still think this is his opinion.
Yeah, it's just an opinion, right?
Yeah. So, um, uh, so any words and phrases in here that you guys don't know?
No.
No. Okay. Let's go to the next paragraph. Abimelech, could you read number 4?
Okay. His prediction is based on number 4. Sorry. Dr. Carswell was originally a pioneer in various fields of computing and automatic speech recognition by machine. In his speech to the American Association for the Advancement of Science (AAS), he described a future where machines will be far more intelligent than humans, as they learn how to communicate, teach, and replicate among themselves.
Okay. Any words or phrases in here?
No.
Okay.
No.
We're fine. Okay. David, could you read number 5?
Okay. His prediction is based on the fact that the computer chip has doubled in power every 2 years for the past half-century, which has led to accelerating progress and miniaturization.
Okay. And number 6, Hemet. Oh, or Helton. I'm sorry, not Hemet. Helton. I apologize.
6.
Yeah.
Dr. Kurzweil told the annual meeting of EAS in Boston in the next half century there will be 32 times more technical progress than the last half century. Computer, communications, biological technologies, and human knowledge in general are all acceleration fast.
All accelerating fast. Okay. And a lot of times when we have 3 letters like this that go together, so many times because we're lazy and AAAS sounds very strange, we might say triple AS.
Triple AS. Okay.
Yeah. That's something that we may or may not do. I don't know that organization whether they did that or not. But number 7, Igor, can you read that?
Computers have so far been based on two-dimensional chips made from silicon, but three-dimensional chips with greatly improved performances are being developed. There are even plans to construct them out of biological molecules that can be miniaturized even more than metal-based computer chips.
And that's basically what you were talking about, I think, weren't you?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But not in this sense, though.
Yeah. Okay, and Ruben, can you read number 8?
Yes, the hardware for machines with human level intelligence will be based on three dimensional
Mm-hmm.
molecular computing. The software will be developed by studying and analyzing the human brain in detail. Already, 24 regions of the human brain have been modeled and simulated, he said.
Okay. Number 9, Abimelech.
Okay. Although the brain is not as efficient as a computer at storing and retrieving information, it can associate different pieces of information, look ahead and plan. It can also be imaginative and creative, which is at the heart of human existence. But Dr. Kurzweil is one of the several computer scientists who believe that computers will soon create a post-human world where a second intelligent being exists next to people.
Oh, wow. Um, I have a hard time believing that one. So, any words or phrases here? We all good?
Um, Post-human.
Post-human. Basically, it's saying that that computers or technology that will have uh, that there'll be robots or an artificial intelligence that will be just like us.
Okay.
So, all right, David, could you read number 10?
Yeah, sure. When non-biological intelligence match the level of human intelligence, it will be very quickly overtake it because of continuing technological progress as well as the ability of machines to instantly share their knowledge, Dr. Kurzweil said.
Okay, so when non-biological intelligence matches the level of human intelligence. Um,
What is
so do you
overtake? What does overtake mean, Holly?
overtake means to overtake is to go ahead. Say, for example, when you're driving a car and you want to pass somebody, if you pass them, you are overtaking them. So,
Okay.
uh, and so
So
Igor says this article is blatant propaganda. So, David, are you okay with that overtake?
yeah, I
Okay,
get it.
good. Okay, so Igor, I have to real quick. You think it's propaganda?
Yeah, it's like they say there will be all these good things, but they don't really say how they're gonna achieve it.
Uh huh.
So it's like like a good talk with no real reason
Uh huh.
to talk about it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I would encourage you guys to follow that second link that I sent that has the worksheet. There's a lot of different vocabulary activities and some grammar that we didn't get to because we kind of got stuck on our predictions and so forth. So I would encourage you to download this activity, and there are the answers in the back of the at the end, so you can always check your answer. So, and thank you very much for your active participation in class. This was, it turned out, it wasn't planned that way, but it turned out that it was more of a fluency class where you guys just got a chance to just practice speaking. So I hope you appreciated that chance, and we'll see you in another class some other time. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Bye,
Holly.
thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
See you. Bye bye.